All right, this one, how to quit meth and heroin. Now that's a hard one. It's not hard for God, but it's something that's not being addressed. It exists. We have to address it because that one is really destroying families. That one is really turning people into creations that they never imagined they could look into the mirror and think, and think that they are. I've been homeless working with victims of meth and heroin for a long time. And first of all, they say lose this victim mentality, and I'll say no. They don't know what they're talking about. It's too much. Meth is hell. Meth will make you give up everything that makes you happy. When you blow out meth smoke, you'll even see skulls and death. If you look in the mirror, you'll see things, shadow people. A lot of people mix the two. It's too hard for you. Now, I'm not saying you can't do it. What I'm saying is if you could, you would have. Now, God has methods to get you out of that. A lot of times it's incarceration because the impact that's being had on children and other people, it's too much, and especially you. But God will give you the strength to do it, and God will put the people in front of you that can help you. And a lot of times they're people that have had the same experiences as you. And it definitely requires prayer and a Bible. And it requires complete surrender. And once you're cleaned up, staying cleaned up because you've been to hell. And it can cause you to say and do some things that are really detached from reality. It can cause you to hide from everything else because you don't want to face what you've done. But what you have to realize is God already knew what was going to happen. Sometimes you let somebody go through something so they can help others out of it too. And that helps them get back. Because it takes a long time for you to feel all right again. And it takes a long time for you to look at what was caused by this drug and love yourself. And you have to realize there's numerous, huge amounts of people that fell in that same trap. That you're perfect in God's eyes. That He knows what meth and heroin is. That He wasn't surprised by what happened when it got introduced into your life. And that's another reason people get incarcerated or separated from people that aren't doing it, is because it has to stop sometime. And God is really heartbroken over what it's done, but it exists. So it has to be somehow flipped into a tool that can be used to help you get off of it. And I've pulled people out of hell so many times. I've gone into so many dark areas that it hurt me just to be there and watched people laughing and thinking they're having fun when they're really chained to it and they desperately want off of it. They just don't know how. and it destroys them mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It destroys them while allowing them to continue to walk around. And you have Suboxone. I, everybody's different. Some like it, some sell it instead. Some use it, some they don't like how it makes them feel. You have the shot, you have different methods, but God has a perfect method for each person that involves bringing people that love them into the picture, people that are going to partner with Him so they can feel the joy of helping you, He can feel the joy of helping you, you can feel the joy of God helping you. And when you're finished partying, He'll get you out of it. The methods He uses might seem extreme at times, but the important thing is you're still walking around not hurting yourself or anybody else. And there's so much to it. I want to make sure I'm very, very careful with this because I don't want you to feel like you didn't mean anything to God or He's mad at you. I don't want you to feel like anybody doesn't mean anything to God. I want you to feel like He was with you the entire time. When you had good times, He allowed that. He didn't want you completely destroyed. He just wanted you to have enough. And that's what sin does. When God says no, it's because He doesn't want you to be hurt. It's not He was watching this all like a reality show, enjoying it. He's patient. He allows you to feel like you're in charge of your own life at times. No child wants to be constantly ordered around. You have your independence as far as God will allow it. He's a responsible father. So the whole meth heroin situation, that created a crisis. And there's His way out of it, and that's it. You've tried other ways out of it. He has to give you the strength and restore you, because a lot of times people will get cleaned up and they'll go right back into it and they'll pull others with them. So He has to give you His strength, take away the cravings. But the cravings aren't just from the drug itself, it's from what comes with it. I'm wise enough to know that, and I'm not going to mention specifics. I've been around it long enough to really examine it and see what it can do. So all of that has to be addressed. And the only way to address those things is you lose your thoughts that those things were valuable. When without your peace and your joy and your happiness, nothing is.